Hi, it's Joy, and today we're watching Only Murders in the Building, Season 4, Episode 10, My Best Friend's Wedding. Let's hope at least they managed to get married without anything going wrong. Oh, okay, the last episode was insane. I have had people pointing out quite rightly that even if Marshall, the writer, is the one behind it, there were two people. It took two people to kill Saz, so regardless of anything else, there is at least one other person involved. He could also be a red herring. The show does like to do that, but he's not who he claims he is, and he knows more than he's letting on, and that is for sure. And I'm just very, very excited to see where this episode goes. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go.
Tap in.
Tap in. Every person on the crew, their job is to help tell the story. Sometimes it doesn't sound terrible to tell a story the old-fashioned way, without breaking all my bones in the process.
She wrote a script.
But when you take your hero on a journey, get him in all kinds of trouble, but land him home safely, nothing better than that.
Agreed.
Screenwriter slash, what the fuck is going on?
Where is the young one? We need a pliable brain on this.
I texted Mabel.
Currently with your suspect, I believe, but...
Every time we solve a murder, that's when the next body drops. It's like when one murder door closes,
You're not wrong.
someone we know either gets stabbed, poisoned, or shot.
Loretta's on our way now, here to the murder building.
I wasn't saying it'd be Loretta.
Well, you were basically saying that, Charles. Oh my God.
I mean, I think he was saying that Mabel hasn't replied to the text.
Murder victim.
It's from Mabel. Call the police or come anywhere near her door and I'll kill her.
Yep. He's involved. He knows something. It's not good. But I don't... Marshall isn't the big bad, or at least he's not the only one involved. And I believe in you, Mabel.
Go grab.
You're not going anywhere.
I'm stunting.
You're pretty fit for a writer.
Mm-hmm.
It was just supposed to be Saz, but now look
Of
at me
course, he's got a
sniffling,
gun.
smothering, it never ends.
But you're on your own with the whole rewrite.
I know what you're doing.
You
You're
can
trying to
do
buy
this,
time.
Mabel.
I'm not falling for that. Fine. We finish the scene and then I'll kill you.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Mabel?
It was one person. The ledge.
That ledge.
It's been right there in
Okay.
plain sight all along. That's how the shoe print got on the radiator. That's how we did it in 12 minutes. And it's the only way we can save Mabel.
Wait, what?
He ran around the building.
If we go to the door, so we walk along the ledge and smuggle her out. This is, I need to do this. I didn't save Saz, but I can save Mabel.
I mean, this is going to go horrifically, but I love the impulse.
What if you do it from Vince's? It's right next door.
Yeah.
Trust you completely, but just know if you get anything wrong, I will destroy you. What? All he does is let it.
There is no time for this. Mabel's life is in danger. She's buying all the time she can.
Charles.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be fun, and I have to move to New Zealand day after tomorrow.
Oh God, catch up when you can.
Okay, so we'll go to my apartment, lock the door, and don't answer it for anyone. And I love you.
You're marrying a strange man. It's all going to be okay. And please don't move to New Zealand.
Right. Oh God, it's the movie writer, incidentally.
I told you it wasn't us. We're just.
But we still haven't solved who did the dog poisoning and the notes and the cameras and...
They'll kill her if we.
Saz always used to be the one doing the stunts and being brave for him.
Okay. Saz, I need you.
He's not good with heights. Getting worse with them. Saz always did the scary bits for him.
I can't do it, Saz. Oh, I can't do it by
You
myself.
can do it.
That's why I'm here. Now, be honest.
Oh, I love
Are you on this
them.
ledge because I'm moving to New Zealand?
I think you know I'm trying to save Mabel.
You're literally right now. Mabel is buying time with somebody who has a gun in her face. Can we please hurry up and do the talking later?
So go.
So scoot.
I mean, I'm hoping Mabel, by the time they get there, she's going to have managed to distract him and disarm him or something. But, you know, you don't know this. I don't know this.
Facing the wall. 2, 3, spin! Ah! Ah!
You did it. I'm proud of you.
Okay.
Mabel's life is in danger. But if it's getting them moving...
I didn't have rhythm.
Wait, if you're here, who's doing the ding dong?
They are!
Hello, it's friendly neighbors Rudy and Vince. We want to borrow some sugar. You know, like friendly neighbors do. Cornichon.
Lads, we're kind of busy right now.
Well, it's whatever
The
you
accent
have.
changing.
Really what we're looking for.
They're not going inside. Meringue back out here right now.
The point...
He killed Saz.
The plan was to smuggle Mabel out, but...
Drop the gun!
What is that?
It's Eva Longoria's 19-in-1 multi-tool.
Yep.
At least 4 of the settings could kill you.
Quite literally, but well done!
Okay, sit down. Sit down.
I'm proud of you.
I need to know why. Why kill Saz?
You wrote something?
You're the only one who knows.
Poor Saz.
My only copy.
What did Saz know about being a writer?
More than
I
you.
started into it. Read and see if I can come up with some fixes.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Oh, Saz.
It's just from Paramount? She bought our script.
This
It's her script. You have nothing to do with it.
is mine. I hadn't even told Charles yet. I wanted to ask his permission before I tried to sell it.
That sounds like
See the
Saz.
mess you've made here?
Saz, if you say something about this, I'll never live it down with my dad. With
I mean-
anyone.
You shouldn't have done it.
Don't know what I'll... I'm really sorry, Saz.
Sorry, you're gonna kill her? Sure you are.
Maybe to be a writer, I had to become a killer.
Enjoy life in prison. You deserve it.
I'm sorry it had to end this way.
No, you're not.
It's just...
Because you did it.
I need this.
He's gonna get you.
She believed in Charles right till the end.
My number
One.
one.
So, welcome to the end of your movie.
Who the fuck just shot him in the back? Jesus Christ! Oh, that's like, hey, so glad to see you. Understandably given the circumstances, but Jesus fucking Christ. Initially, I was like, oh, is it going to be whoever the, like, final big bad murderer is going to be? Was like, they're mine to play with, or they're mine to kill, or whatever. So, like, they took, it was just Jan. Because, of course, it was Jan. How often has Jan been back? That is very, very frightening. This, like, okay, she got caught for them, for him.
I never left.
Okay, that's
Hiding in my
terrifying.
closet for 3 weeks?
Got the case so I could exact my revenge. We did it together, Charles. For Saz.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't just for Charles, it was for
Seen through
Saz.
tiny. Really mixed it around.
I truly don't know how you make words like that arousing.
Me neither, Charles. Please go to
By the
therapy.
way,
Because she
I ate
doesn't
a
make
bunch of
anything
your
arousing.
pirate booty when I was in hiding.
Goodbye, Jan.
It's not goodbye, Charles. It never is with us.
Okay, so we're gonna have the wedding and it's gonna be great, and then there's gonna be a murder. But like, please let the wedding be great first.
Oh, the bodies just keep on dropping.
And I'm really concerned about that. Yeah.
Is gonna get murdered.
But the thing is, our algorithm really likes buttons.
I don't think I belong in this industry.
Yes.
Wait one second. Hello?
Mabel will be just fine.
Yeah?
We need to keep shooting.
I appreciate this movie in a whole different way now. I mean, Saz wrote this.
Charles.
Oh, this is just me telling myself I did good, but I'll take the compliment.
Please go to therapy, Charles. I just want like the wedding to happen, a little time jump. Then if we need to have a murder this season, there can be a murder. Like I know someone will be murdered for the final season, or they'll uncover. It could be the cold case Charles has mentioned a few times. I don't know if I'm just hung up on that. This is lovely. Okay, step 1 achieved without a problem. I just love it. Their sons are there. Everyone's there. Everyone's happy.
New Zealand, you know, with all the
Sheep.
sheep.
I knew that was what I was gonna say. It's a cliche.
Got our happy ending, didn't we?
We did.
And nothing in our relationship has ever been even vaguely conventional, so why?
There's no pressure. And he can visit her for a while and then come back. Like, doesn't have to be moving with her.
Gotta go up already?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
He
stressed.
leaves first thing. So
They know we're waiting for someone to die.
take
They
care of their
laughed at us
honeymoon
earlier
business
about it
while
in
we
the
can.
episode.
Oh, we're not a detective firm.
My husband is Nicky Cacciamilio.
The mobster on the news that we saw.
I pay. What happened to Nicky has everything to do with this building.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But good luck.
I'm so glad they got to get married and be happy. And there's no reason.
Where have you been?
I mean, it is tragic that they find each other so late in life, but at the same time, they've got so much time left to spend together. And things don't have to be conventional.
All without a body.
We must be doing something right.
Is something going to happen? Are we going to end this season? Oh, there's blood coming out the fountain.
Beautiful day.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Lester?
Not Lester.
Call 911.
Calling 911. There are 72 emergencies ahead of you.
That can't be what actually happens when you call 911, but Jesus. Okay, well, that was a really cheerful ending. Like Lester, we all like Lester. Let's put it from the beginning. He's been great from the beginning. And of course, when the woman came, she said there was no doorman on duty. So does that mean, I mean, he didn't, he looked cold. Like, they weren't, like, if there was a chance he was alive, they'd have to jump into the fountain, pull him out, find where the wound is, like, put pressure on it. I don't know, like, try and help him. But he did look like he'd been dead for a while. So has he been dead since the night before when the mob lady was like, oh, there's no doorman on duty? Because we just took that, at least I just took that as the doorman is at the wedding party. The doorman is, you know, having a really nice time. And not the doorman is lying dead in the fountain. And of course, the fountain, we get the water up just... Yeah, so... Poor Lester. It's really sad. They've done a really good job, I think, in this show of... We've had, I think we've had 3 murders where we knew the people. 2 of them beforehand, I mean. 2 of them where we kind of already had a care for the character before they died. One of them, like with Bunny, where initially we were like, I mean, she's just the kind of annoying lady. And then throughout the season, you were like, oh my god, Bunny! And then with Tim Kono and Paul Rudd. Oh my god, I know his character's name in this, but like, it wasn't quite as... We got to know them as well and care about them, but yeah, this is very personal one. Obviously, the mob thingamajig is going to be relevant. You know, whatever, maybe Lester had something to do with it. I mean, if Lester's worked here for a really long time, and then there are mob ties to the Arconia of some kind, maybe it's even going to go back to that cold case child. Charles mentions cold case like twice, and I am stuck on it. Like, it's relevant. But, you know, if Lester's worked here for a really long time, he might know things. He might have even been connected. I don't think he was, but, you know, like, we don't know what the shenanigans all are. And I guess that's to do with the cameras and the poison dog and the leave it alone note and things like that. Something else. There is something else about the Arconia, something else here. And it being linked to this cold case that I'm stuck on would make sense in the same way that initially we were like, oh, maybe the Westies were trying to warn them off the case because they'd killed someone. Because, you know, the whole thing with thinking about the Westies' motive was, if you see some people doing a podcast called Only Murders in the Building and you have committed a murder in the building and you would like it to not be put on a podcast, you're going to want to target the podcast people. You're going to want to spy on them, see what they know, see if at any point they start talking about the thing that you did. So that would suggest that predating murder rather than a new murder, though obviously we get a new murder as well. So now the guy being missing, it was someone who turned out to be a mob person. I don't know 100% remember what the news story said, and she was like, my husband's that, apparently. She's also very scary. Now, I don't think she killed Lester, but she, you know, to like prove a point or send a message or anything, but it's going to be a tricky old case because A, they already care about Lester. B, it's kind of even more high stakes than it has been before. It's not just necessarily about, and this is me reading a lot into like the information we have now before the next season's even started. It seems like it's not going to be a case of jealousy or passion or, you know, like a sort of heat of the moment murder, or even in this case, like I need something from them, I'm going to kill them murder. It might be part of an even wider kind of criminal-esque thing, which is going to be stressful. All of it's going to be stressful. I'm guessing they're going to begin by looking into Lester, and that's going to lead them back somehow to the mob boss dude. We will find out. Now, I love Charles and Oliver going to Mabel's rescue. Like, Charles in particular, who he never did the scary stuff, he never did the stunts, he never did heights because he was scared of them and because he always had Saz there. But in order to save Mabel and avenge Saz, he needed to do it, he needed to risk it. And Oliver has always been someone who's like, I'm not going to put myself in danger, I'm not going to put myself out. But he did it for Mabel, and I really loved that moment when, you know, she saw that they were there. And then, of course, there was a really terrifying moment where they, yet again, all three of them thought they were about to be executed, which was quite terrifying. And then Jan, of all people, who's been living in the... It makes sense. Jan wanted to avenge Saz. So, like, yeah, Jan has never left. Terrifying. And, yeah, she... I think what's perhaps most fascinating with Jan is that she stayed to get arrested. Like, she really... the timeline, she broke out after Saz was dead. Oh no, she didn't know Saz was dead, but she knew Saz wasn't answering her. So like she only broke out of prison to do what... It kind of makes you scared, like this woman will do it again if she feels the need to break out of prison in the future. But she just let herself get captured again, because even after she'd fired that shot and waved at them, she could have gone back through the secret passages and run and like continued on the run, but she was like, no, I did what I wanted to do. I'm good to go back inside. And I do feel better with her being in prison, even though I think she could probably escape again quite easily. I love how much Charles, Mabel, and Oliver mean to each other. I love their friendship. I liked seeing them watching the movie being filmed. I presume more along the lines of the original script, and them enjoying seeing their dynamic playing out, them feeling fondness for the movie, them understanding that it was written by someone that cared about them, at least about Charles, but kind of did care about them, and like was doing it from a place of love rather than from like a, this would be a good thing to make money off of. I'm glad as well that Mabel isn't going to take up some lucrative contract with Paramount to do. She's just going to do what makes her happy, and she's going to follow her own heart, and that is good. Though they are all getting a nice big paycheck for their life rights and stuff, right? The wedding was lovely. I'm so glad Loretta and Oliver got to get married without anyone... I mean, yes, someone was potentially murdered on their wedding night, but I'm afraid if you are in a show with murder in the title, it's gonna happen on your wedding night. Someone will be murdered. I am thinking of How to Get Away with Murder, where there was a wedding, someone got murdered at it, but they got married. Loretta was fine. My fear, in a way, going into the final season is the fear I have with any show with its final season when they know it's a final season, is that they're going to be like, we're a murder show, we're going to murder a main character. But I don't think this is that kind of show, and I will actually be very disappointed in it if it is. So they got married. He did, and like him moving to New Zealand, I love that he was willing to do that for her. But yeah, it's not great polluting the planet with airplanes, but companies, it's a lot. But he can visit her, they can FaceTime, you know, they've been doing long distance thus far. He can fly out and spend some time with her and then fly back. I mean, them needing to solve Lester's murder might put a slight hitch in his New Zealand travel plans, but even if she's based in New Zealand for most of the year or for a good chunk of the year, he can visit, she can come back in the off season, like it will be okay. So I'm glad that they both understand each other so well, and have, given how insecure Oliver was for a lot of the season, I am glad to see that they both are secure enough in their relationship with each other that long distance is something they're willing to do. And then Lester, rest in peace. So yeah, I really enjoyed this season. I loved getting an even closer look at Saz in this final episode, at seeing just how much she did care about Charles, how she hasn't always shown it with the like getting with his girlfriend and stuff, but you know, she loved Charles and she wanted to be there for him, and she still just wanted to open that freaking trampoline park. And if Charles doesn't use his no doubt riches to open a trampoline park in Saz's name, what kind of friend is he? But it was just really lovely, and to see the amount of care she had for them, and just how she was such a good person, and it's so heartbreaking that that was used against her. But they got justice for her, just like she knew they would. I mean, yeah, she thought they would catch him and he would go to prison, which was the plan. Yes, maybe Mabel, Charles and Oliver would have been killed in the first place, but yeah, he's dead now, which he wasn't a great guy, so I'm not going to cry any tears about that, but I am going to cry tears for Lester. Thank you. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.